Now the new competence, after we have AI as a tool, the bar has just moved to the right. It's more difficult. Those that AI probably won't be able to give you definite answers. Those on the left, if you are good in using AI, use it correct way, they are able to give you at least 80 to 90%. But those on the right, AI won't be able to give you. You still need human, need professional, need logistic professional, need management professional to do that. From tracking shipment, the new competence is how well you can anticipate disruption, meaning you see what's coming ahead that is going to disrupt the schedule, all right, that you plan or your plan. And interpret the exception, okay? Interpret exception here means once you have the report or you have many manifests, all right, you get AI to digest or ingest the data to interpret the exception. What are the things that need your attention or somebody's attention? And compile KPI report, frame the operational risk. Basically, the KPI, ultimately, you want to know what are the risks that we are facing for whatever logistics setup operation that we have. And then management deck predominantly is not to know the status. Status is in the past, but we want to guide the decisions such as, do I need to the staffing, do I need to set up a new warehouse or increase the capacity and things like that, right? Okay, now the competence has shifted from task based, what you saw on the left just now, previous slide was actually task based, to a skill. Anyone know what's the difference between task and skill? When you are junior, when you are an intern, you join a company or a department, they normally ask you to complete a task. Task is very clear. You do this is the output. And this is a step, 1, 2, 3, 4. But when it comes to skill, it's slightly different. Skill means you decide whether this task need to be done or not, whether this is the correct task, what task is more valuable and should be prioritized. That's skill. Now, next is judgment. Judgment is, again, you have the sense of quality. What good is good? What output is good? Then you have the sense of judging that is this skill the right skill to use for the goal that you want to achieve. Then of course, after you are good in judgment, then is your capability. Capability is to bring the judgment to fruition. Let's say your company decided, oh, I need another warehouse because we foresee that there will be more manufacturing activity, let's say at Batu Kawan area. That is the decision made. Do you have the capability to bring the new warehouse into the exact location, the entire setup, the infrastructure, managing the human resource, hiring and all that? That is capability. So if you can move from task to skills, then to judgment, then to capability, that is career growth. When you ask an employer or boss, I'm a boss now, I want to hire someone that is capable of execution. AI basically take away a lot of planning and processing work. And those people who can execute the idea are those who's going to be valuable in next 5 to 10 years. So people who can only talk, who can only come up with idea, their value is lower as compared to previous decade because AI can do most of it, right? But people who can actually bring an idea to fruition, those are the people who will be very valuable, right? Very sought after in this coming decade. We have data. I say AI is very good at data and generating output on the left side. And then the borderline is insight. You can ask AI to process the data, come up with output. Then you can even ask the insight if you question it enough. But the insight still need judgment. Whether the answer you get from AI is something that is in context or out of context. So then come decision and action. These are yours. These are the part that you need to invest more. You look at YouTube tutorial and all that. Most of them teach this layer. How to use an AI tool. What tool to use. How to how to create a perfect prompt. These are all here. But nobody can teach you this one. This is true your traditional education and work experience. That's why you come to college. Okay, now in logistics, specifically supply chain, I just give you an analogy so you can understand. AI flags the supplier risk. For example, if you have enough good data, you have good perhaps workflow or agentic workflow or agents, you can schedule the agent in a loop like every day, every 4 hours. So it's able to flag the supplier risk for you. But as a human, you need to judge the trade-off and make the call. For example, let's say you have 2 suppliers for a critical part. Based on the data that you set up and all that, then they flag up that, okay, there is a 80% supplier A is going to delay the shipment, okay? And there's a 90% for supplier B delay. But supplier B is 10% more expensive if you want to get from supplier B. So what's your call then? Can AI tell you, go order from supplier B? Then your boss will ask you, hey, why are you ordering supplier B is 10% more expensive? This is where AI will fail, right? This is where you have to make the judgment call. Then you have to justify why you pick supplier B. No AI can help you with that. Warehousing, AI detects a throughput anomaly, means somewhere something gets stuck. Human validate against a for reality. So now you probably won't be able to tell you how it gets stuck, where and why. Further detail, you have to send somebody, talk to this person who manages that rack and find out, oh, actually this is the issue. Which AI might not even be trained. It's something new, right? If you work in logistics, there are thousands of things that can go wrong, and no AI can be trained all of these. Freight and forwarding. AI suggests a route optimization. Human reads the client relation. For example, I just give you some more sensitive example. If let's say your AI calculated the most efficient route is to go through Israel, for example, and then you are a company in Malaysia, will you follow AI suggestion? No, right? You still have to take care of your client relation. So these are human value. Okay, now we move into productivity trap.